tell you something, that was grace breaking forth in a garden that had just lost its way. You know, people don't understand original sin like we do here. And sometimes people will say, well, I'll tell you this, eating an apple. If eating an apple would cause you to know you're naked, Brother Ram said, we need to pass the apples. How many of you know that's not the way it works? They were naked, but not ashamed, because they were covered by the Shekinah, by the heavy glory of God. They didn't know. They had not been made aware of the knowledge between good and evil. It was all good. They didn't know evil existed. Hallelujah. There was no shame in their nakedness. Now they've sinned against God. And when God was coming in the evening for the next appointment of fellowship, they wanted to make sure they didn't face him in their newfound nakedness. So they grabbed them some fig leaves and started sewing them together and trying to figure out how they would cover. God said, that'll never work, but I have a better way. Woo! I have a grace-filled way. I'm going to show you what it's all about. There must be a lamb. There must be a death. There must be blood shed. And then I'm going to take off those skin. This is God. I tell you what a tailor he was. That he would come down in the Garden of Eden and make coats of skin and put them on Adam and Eve. Let me tell you something. That was grace breaking forth in a garden that had just lost its way. I want you to know the atmosphere of glory that had been in that garden was now gone. It was a different place. Eden would never look the same. It was gloomy and depressing, and God shows up and he makes a way by his grace where there is no way, and he's still making the same way today. Provided a lamb that would provide for you a bloody cloth that you could wrap yourself in, the clothes of his redemptive work, that you would not stand before him naked. What did it? Because you joined the right church? Because you recognized the right prophet? Because you said you believed a certain message? No, because you accepted the gift of God's grace, hallelujah, and you let that work in you. Don't ever stop his work. Don't ever stop letting grace do its job in you. I want to thank God that grace is still working in me.